Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode. Today, we're going to do a very honest review of the Celebrity Apex and kind of a overview of everything that we did. We wish we had a video to look at like this, which is why we're making it. Hopefully, it'll help you as well. And we did not rehearse this too much, just so we can get our honest opinion out of what we thought of the trip itself and some issues we had, the positives we saw, and those kind of things. Now, first off, what do you think of the influencers that we saw to prepare for this trip?
I think that they were less than truthful.
Yes.
Everybody said this was an awesome, amazing trip, and I really wanted to tell you the same thing, but in all honesty, my opinion of the trip is meh.
Yeah, and we're explaining that as we go day by day. So buckle up. This is going to be a truthful, our opinion and things that happened to us. However, it is going to be truthful, and it may not be as nice as what the influencers and other videos you saw. So on day one,
which is the day we got on the ship,
Embarkation Day, yep.
I get seasick, so early that morning I put my patch on.
So remember that because it's going to come into play later. Yes. And a lot of the videos that you see, at least that we saw, they go right from, hey, we show up at the port, boom, we're on the ship, yay. That is a lot more to it than that.
Well, we got a hotel that we could park our car there for the price of the room the night before. Mm-hmm. And then they drove us to the port, which was very nice. It was very good. It was a little bit more than we wanted to pay for a hotel, but I think it was well worth the money.
Oh, yes. And when we were driven to the port, we got out of the airport shuttle van, which wasn't an airport. We came from a motel, but it was the airport shuttle van. So we got out of that. They took our luggage out, and of course, you have to, well, you don't have to, but it's customary to tip the porter. And as people who, we're not brand new at cruising, but we haven't cruised for almost 20 years.
A little less than that.
Yeah, a little less, but yeah, so we were practically newbies because everything changed. Okay.
It would have been nice to know how much to tip and who to tip.
Yes. So we gave the porter $10. You know, and which is kind of funny because it's almost like, please make sure our bags show up. I didn't say it, but that was kind of like the inference. You gave the $10 and you just kind of hope that your bags show up. And then from there, I guess we just had to find the port.
Walked into, because I almost walked somewhere I wasn't supposed to, and the guy told me, go this way.
This way, yep.
So we walked in. It was just a mass of people.
Mm-hmm.
But you just followed the person in front of you like a herd of lemmings going off the cliff. But the first one, I think we just had to show our passport and our driver's license. She checked us in and said to go this way, and then we got into a very long line where we had to go through a metal detector.
Yes.
And we were both flagged.
Yeah, we were. And my case, my backpack, I use it as my go bag for video stuff, and I have tools at the bottom of the bag. Well, I took all my tools out. I took all my extension cords out that I normally use, but there was one pair of needle nose pliers way down at the bottom that I didn't see. Well, the metal detectors and x-rays, they caught it. So I had to hand that in. They give you a receipt so that when you come off, and we'll get to that later, but when you come off, you have to go to the naughty table and pick up your stuff. that was flagged. And you got flagged for?
I don't remember what you call it. The adapter, the electric adapter.
Yeah, it's a converter from the 220 volt that they have a 220 volt plug in the ship, as well as 110. But we had a 220 volt, and that transformer is a step down transformer. So it went from 220 down to 110, so you can plug in American appliances.
And they just wanted to look at it. And ours was okay, so I didn't have to go to the naughty table.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know what exactly they were looking for. Do you?
Yes, I figured that out, because some of those they have multiple plugs in them instead of just one. Ours was a single plug. That was passable. If you have a step down adapter that has multiple plugs in it, that's a no-no, because that's considered an extension cord. That's why it was pulled. So we went past that, and then it was kind of confusing there. There was an escalator that we went up, and there was another check-in to the left. And I guess we looked confused, and a guy goes, up the escalator.
No, there was always a person telling you
Yeah.
which way to go. I think
Yeah.
if we went to the left, I think that was for handicapped people who couldn't do the escalator. I think I saw elevators there.
That could be.
But then you just followed everybody up and around, and they kept saying, go this way, go that way.
Yeah, it was crazy. And if you're on medication or you're brand new, the stress level just skyrockets. It just keeps going up and up and up and up.
And the last cruise the last cruise we were on, I'm still getting over that patch,
Yeah.
was not the best. So my stress level was through the blessed roof.
Yes, it was. And mine was getting there too, but I'm trying to...
Because I was stressing you.
Yes. and I was trying to keep her as calm as possible. And the more I helped, the more stress she got. So I was trying. But anyway, so we walked through, and then right before, there was this big room that has lots of seats that you had to walk by.
Sit.
No, we didn't sit because I guess it was time to
kept
go
going.
on. Yeah. I guess if the ship wasn't ready yet, that was like a waiting area. But the ship was ready by the time we got up there. And right before we got onto the boarding area of the ship, though, they checked your passport and your driver's license one last time.
Yeah, you had to flip those multiple times,
Yeah.
but I can't remember how many because I was worried about other things.
Yeah, but it was multiple times. So keep your passport and your driver's license on you or ready to go. Don't pack it away in your carry-on, because you're going to need it multiple times. And then we finally got on the ship.
On the app, we
Yes.
had to answer 2 health questions.
Oh, yes.
I think, are you pregnant?
Which, no. and the other one was essentially, are you feeling ill?
Yeah.
It has other things on it, but essentially, are you feeling ill? You just check yes or no. And then on the muster station as well, on your app, there's two or three videos, I think 2 videos you had to watch.
But you could do that before that day.
Yeah, you
That
could.
day, you had to do the health
The
screening.
health screening, yeah. I know, it sounds confusing, and the reason why it sounds confusing, because it is. But
the app is not user-friendly.
yeah. There's worse, I was told by other people, but yeah, it's for newbies, it's not real easy. And we didn't have a whole lot of people to advise us on what to do, unfortunately. We feel we should have, but that's a whole other story. We're not going to get into that in this video, but we just didn't have the information that we felt we needed ahead of time.
But we had a lot more information than the others we were traveling with because we watched so many YouTube videos, even though we don't agree with the
influencers' assumptions.
Yeah,
or
their opinion. They did give us some good information that
Yes.
we needed that others didn't have.
Correct, yes. And we kind of became the go-to people, and that's a whole other story too, and which we might get into a little bit later. But we got to the muster station. They, I guess, scanned.
They scanned the
Yeah.
ticket, the app that we had the ticket up on.
Yep, and that showed that, yep, we were there, and I guess that transferred that information that, yep, we also saw the videos, and we went to our room.
We were sent to the room.
Which is different than other ships. Other ships, you kind of wait, but for Celebrity Apex, I can't say all celebrities, we don't know, but at least with this ship, they said, okay, go to your room. You couldn't stay in your room, but you can go to your room. Where your number is, there's a little slot, and they have this...
Kind of like a mailbox.
Yeah, kind of like a little mailbox. They had our sea passes there, and what you did, you pulled out this, I guess, like a cardboard envelope that was sealed.
Holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You opened it up, and there were your sea passes with...
They're like credit cards.
Yeah, like little, they're packed away, but they had little credit cards, and they also are used to tap you in and tap you out of the ship, how to get into your room. It kind of taps to let you in the room. It's kind of like a key card on a hotel. I guess it would be a good way to
Plus,
say it.
if you bought anything on the ship,
Yep,
you
because
use
it had
that as a credit card.
you had your name, it had your room number, that your concierge class.
The room type we had better than standard, but the group of us that went, we bought. We had no choice as to. Well, I guess we could have.
Yeah,
But we just went with whatever everybody else did.
we didn't know any better.
And we did the concierge, which ended up being good in the end, but it is a little bit pricier.
And with the package that we got, it also showed that we were with a basic drink package, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah, and we also got
Classic.
basic Wi-Fi because we bought in that concierge class. And again, we didn't know any better. That's kind of
No, I
what was
think
sold
that
to us.
That was extra. That's just what the travel agent included.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what the
our
travel agent
package.
included in our package. That's right. So we're at a room. You can put your carry-ons in the room, which again is something different from that we found out later that Celebrity does and not all ships do. But you can put your carry-ons in the room, and then you can go to lunch. And here's where
Well, you're supposed to stay out of the room until there's an announcement. And
yes,
my stress level was through the roof, but I never heard an announcement.
no, never did either.
So I was upset about that. And eventually friends of ours said, well, we just went into our room and we just stayed there. We never even left.
Yeah,
So that's how we ended up back there.
Yeah.
But that's getting ahead.
yeah, a little
So-
bit ahead, but we went to lunch. Now we were told ahead of time by someone that we should have trusted
That we did trust.
that when you go to the special concierge lunch, because people, and this is one thing that does bother me a little bit, when you're on a cruise, you have like a class system. You have like the basic, and then you have like the concierge like we are, then you have like an elite, and just different
Super
levels.
elite.
Yeah, super elite, like you have different levels. Well, we were like one above basic, which is concierge. Well, concierge, we were able to go, instead of having to go up where everything's crazy at the buffet, we were able to have our own lunch at one of the restaurants. And there's like 4 or 5 restaurants that are included in your package. We went to one of them, and with that we were assigned as concierge for the lunch. And we were told ahead of time, she's vegan, I'm vegan in training, that don't worry, they have, if you're vegan, if you have any special dietary needs, if you have any allergies, don't worry about it. They can handle anything.
Just tell your waiter when he comes.
Sat down, and Luann said, we're vegan.
He said, too bad.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, he was very
Yeah.
nice, don't get me wrong. The celebrity people themselves, were wonderful.
No problems with any of them.
Yes, let's get that out of the way. We love the celebrity staff. Please don't get us wrong there. On day one, here to find out, on Embarkation Day, everything's pre-made. You can't ask for vegan food. You can't ask. Now, it was vegetarian dish.
They had vegetarian.
Right.
I think they had 2 or 3 choices.
Yes.
I think it was 3. I think they had a fish, a beef,
Yep.
and a vegetarian.
Right. Well, vegetarian is not vegan, but it was essentially a vegan dish. It was spaghetti noodles.
Well, it started out with a salad.
Oh, yes, a salad,
And the
yes.
salad would have been vegan if they didn't put the cheese on.
Yes.
So I was able, there wasn't much cheese on the salad.
Yeah.
So I got the cheese off the salad and I ate that pretty good.
Yep.
But the pasta dish, there was cheese all over it.
Yeah. It
And
was
there's
piled
just,
on.
they could have easily just not put the cheese on
Yeah. Yeah.
and just served it that way. Because
Right.
the sauce that I tasted tasted wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, remember, stress level now is getting higher and higher and higher and higher.
I was all but in tears at that point.
Yeah, she was. She was. So we finished up. We sucked it up. Essentially, and figuratively and actually.
I didn't eat much of it.
No. So now we're stressed, cranky, and still hungry. And then I think we went up to.
Well, they served dessert. But
Yeah, they did.
I said no, thank you.
Yeah. So then we went up to the buffet to check that out to see if there was anything up there that we could snack on at least. And actually, they did turn out to have some vegan food. It was crazy up there, by the way. Nuts.
And we couldn't find the little vegan section.
Yes. So.
But a lady, one of the celebrity crew, found it for us. And she was very nice. Walked us over.
She was wonderful. Yeah.
Well, she didn't know where it was, so
Yeah.
she had to talk to Chef, and Chef came out and showed her where it was. There were always 3 vegan foods there.
At least.
There
Yes.
are vegan foods smattered all over the place. Well,
Right.
I shouldn't say all over the place, but there was a few in other locations. But you
Yeah.
do have to look for them, which I think is a pain in the tuchus.
Right. But
Some of them are
Yes.
marked vegan,
Right.
plain and very clearly,
Yes.
which is nice, but others are not. They're marked dairy-free
and vegetarian.
and vegetarian.
Yeah. Now those two together equal vegan. But I mean, it is nice that they mark it instead of trying to guess. But it's just, be consistent. I guess is kind of our
Yeah.
little thing. But remember, our stress levels are already way up, like past the top. So these little things now.
Little things really
Yeah.
got to me that on a regular day, I would have just blew them off.
Yeah.
And then we thought, we're sailing in the Caribbean. We're going to get great
Oh, yeah.
fruit. So we go up and get our dessert, which was going to be fruit. And it was...
Less than stellar, put it
Yeah.
that way. It was going into your local grocery store and
buying fruit that was not ripe and serving it immediately.
Yes. Now, knowing later, what they do is they try to get different levels of ripeness and the supplies that they bring on board. However, on the first day, just so you know, with fruit, it's not going to be ripe.
And it didn't get much better throughout the cruise.
No, it did get a little bit better.
Some of them
did get a little. Yes.
Some of them got slightly better, but it was not. I had a pineapple years ago in, I think it was the Bahamas, and it was like candy.
Candy, yeah.
And
yeah.
that's the kind of fruit that I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, me too.
And I thought, well, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself.
Getting myself, yes. So then I guess we pretty much had it by then. But we did go back down to the room. We unpacked. Oh, and the room, by the way, was phenomenal. I mean, I have
It
to
was
give
a really nice room.
It was nice.
And we
Lots of
had an
storage.
amazing steward.
Oh, yes.
And our friends had another amazing steward as well.
Yes. And our steward's name,
Albert.
Albert, yes. Yes, amazing Albert was wonderful. Wonderful. Again, staff, I can't.
The staff bent
Yeah.
over backwards trying to
Yes.
please your every whim.
Yes, they did. And actually, the first day after that is kind of a blur for me. What did we do after that?
After that, we walked around the ship.
Oh, my goodness, yes. So, supper, we had a little card in our room, which we were told.
Well, you had a whole packet
Yeah,
of
yes.
information in your room.
And you had to go through a lot of information.
Before
Yes.
you go out, read the entire packet, because there's
Yes.
information in there that we didn't know. There was information in there that conflicted with the information
we
our
were
travel
given.
agent gave us.
Yes.
So we didn't know what to listen to.
Yes. So we decided we're just going to go by what the cards and the information said.
Actually, I think we had a few questions, and at that point we found, or on our travels when we were videotaping, we
found the
where the
concierge.
concierge was.
If you're in the concierge class, concierge person will be your friend, especially if you're a
Your
newbie.
best friend.
Yes.
So-
They knew us by name.
Any question you have, you can go to the concierge. If you are not concierge class, there's something called guest relations. Guest relations just usually has a longer line than the concierge.
Yeah.
And no question is too little, or they'll help you with anything.
Oh, yes. Yes, they will. They will be your best friend. So, supper, we, as a group, I think there was like 20 rooms, was booked together in our group. So there was a lot of people there. We had 2 big tables in this one restaurant, and we got to meet all the people except for a few who never looked through the packet to find out. Verbally, we were told to go to one restaurant, but our card that ended up in our room said that our group was assigned to a different restaurant. So we went to that restaurant, and our server.
Well, we were talking to the concierge.
Oh, yes, talking
and
to
the concierge
concierge.
said we were to meet at that restaurant
Every
every
day.
day at 6 o'clock, I think it was, which
Yep.
doesn't make any
No.
matter, but
Yeah.
we said, oh, we didn't know.
Yep, we didn't know that part. So anyway, that night we went there and we were with the group. And honestly, at that point, I think we should have been told a lot more information.
Oh, we should have been told.
There was
Yep.
things on the app. There's actually a communication tab. There's like 3 buttons on top, and I'll
The upper right-hand corner.
yes, up in the right-hand corner is like 3 buttons way on top. And if you don't notice it, you don't realize what that's for. You push it, brings down a screen. You can invite people, but you have to know their real name. So, me being ResslerMania and her being Healthy Home Cooking, some people didn't know our names. So.
And we didn't know other people's
And we didn't know other people's names. And there's one person, a friend of ours, whose name's Sue. That's not her name.
It's her middle name.
It's her middle name.
Like you.
Yeah. She goes by another name, so we had to get that name to put in. Luckily, we knew her name. So we just tried that name and it came up. And you got to send an invite. But the other person has to know how to use it too, because they have to go in it and accept your invite. Then you can talk back and forth. Because when you're on the ship, the Wi-Fi verbalize the Wi-Fi.
To use verbiage that my buddy Skip Smith would use, it sucked.
The basic, it sucked. You might as well not even use it, because even the emails, sometimes we weren't getting emails. Sometimes our text, like a regular messaging system wouldn't work, because a lot of times it wouldn't work to the point where we couldn't talk to our travel agent, or travel agent couldn't get a hold of us, and things. It was a mess. So, but that app that's in the Celebrity Cruise app, that 3-button thing that pulls down, if you and friends and group would know where that is, you would use that, and that's actually pretty good.
It's much better,
than
regular texting, but
Yeah, while you're on the ship, yes.
I had some issues with it, but I think that was because I'm electronically challenged.
But it also did hiccup a few times. We did eat in our server, Nabi.
Came to the table and with lots of stress in our voice, informed him that we are vegans. And he said, no worries, I go get the vegan menu.
Yes.
And that was the first bright spot of my day.
So he brought the vegan menus out to us and multiple choices, like 3 choices?
Well,
2 to 3 choices depending on the night.
Yeah, you had 2 or 3 choices for a starter, an entree. I think it was 3 choices for starters, 2 entree, and 2 dessert. And so that was wonderful that we knew we were getting all vegan food. However, again, listening to other influencers, the food is amazing.
It's like way up here.
It is top quality.
Yes. You would not get better, if you listen to your influencers, you would not get better food than on this ship.
I would say most of the vegan food we got was mediocre to
good.
Ish. There were like 1 or 2 things that were amazing.
Yeah, I'd say 2 that were really wow.
Chef really knows how to make sorbet, but then the last night I had sorbet was not as amazing as the other 2 nights.
Still good.
I had sorbet.
Still good.
Still good, but not amazing. And when you set up with expectations of being amazing and just get mediocre food, I was very disappointed. And I'm not one to sugarcoat things. So when somebody asked me how the food was, one of the staff, and I told them, I said, it's just mediocre. It's really not that amazing, not that great. At one point in the cruise, because there were several people who asked, and God bless them, at every meal after I voiced my opinion, at least
2 or 3 at least,
people would come up and say, how is it? And I tell them exactly how I felt every single time.
And one of them was one of the concierge people.
Is that where he was from? Yeah, I remember his face, but I didn't remember what his job was. But yeah, I told him every time, and I told at least 1 or 2 of them that I would highly recommended Chef go to a restaurant in Port Canaveral called Coastal Vegan Grill. Their food there is absolutely amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Maybe that's where we went wrong, because our last 2 meals before getting on the ship were from the Coastal Vegan Diner. And those ladies there, they are so beautiful, and they could teach the chef how to make vegan, and it would be stellar.
Although I will tell you, if you ever go in there, don't mess with them, because they will mess with you right back. They don't hold back, because if they see that you have a sense of humor and you joke with them, they're going to joke right back. They won't hold back.
We had a great time with those ladies.
We did. But we're getting, we're digressing.
But I really love those ladies.
Yeah, I love those ladies too, So we're eating, and our friends that we had met before, or that we knew before, and actually the reason why we were on the ship, the main reason why we were on the ship, they showed up, we talked to them, and that helped, I think, bring down your stress level too.
Also, when Prasta, I think that was her name, Prasta, Prasta, who was our sommelier.
She was funny, and I'll explain that in a second too.
Over, and then we started drinking wine. Of course, that helped. And it's funny too, because you have to be careful. You honestly have to be careful, because the sommelier, if what she was doing is she was talking,
And then she turned her head and she talked to the person next to her, and the sommelier would come up while she's like, pour more wine and walk away. And Luann's like just drinking. She's thinking she has one glass of wine. She had like 3 because she wasn't paying it. She didn't know Presta was, as she was turning, Presta was filling up that wine bottle. After that, I think walked around just a little bit more. We talked to our friends, and then we went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first night there was.
I don't think we even saw any shows that night because we needed downtime.
Yeah, we needed to de-stress, and like I said, that medication was really.
I didn't realize it while I was on the patch, but now that I'm off the patch, it took at least, well, is this the second day off?
Yeah. As we're recording this, we're like 2 days off the ship. And you're still feeling a little bit, you said.
A little bit. It's much better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I still had drowsiness yesterday. I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
Oh.
But
at supper time, I did ask the waiter about vegan choices for breakfast and lunch.
Oh, yes.
And there again, he burst my bubble. Because I was expecting to be able to eat in a restaurant for breakfast and or lunch if I chose to do so.
Right.
And he said, we might have one thing that's vegan, possibly.
Yeah.
But he couldn't promise. So he said if you wanted to eat vegan for breakfast or lunch, you had to go to the buffet.
To guarantee that you had something.
Yeah.
Yes. To go to the buffet. And that worried us because, remember, the first day when we went up to at lunch to get our dessert, it was a madhouse. Now, day 2, it started to turn around even more.
Because we got to go off the ship.
We did wake up. We went up to the buffet. Got ready, all that stuff. Went up to the buffet. And actually, it wasn't too bad. I mean, was it what the influencers said? Not even close. No, not even close. But we never went hungry. Okay, let's just put it that way. But
things were in different locations.
Yes.
So,
like
I think for lunch, you could always go to the one location and you would be guaranteed 3 choices there.
Right.
With other things
all
sprinkled around.
Yeah. So it wasn't. So just to clarify, it wasn't just 3 things. There were 3 things in one spot, and then everything else was kind of
sprinkled around.
Yeah,
you
had
had
to
to search for them, and they were in new places every day.
Yeah.
But breakfast, you really had to go searching.
Yeah. So that was the Key West day. What we did there is because there wasn't really any excursions from the trip that we thought was extra special that we signed up for. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was interesting stuff, but some of the things you could just do on your own. Why pay the extra money for the excursion? Didn't make sense. So we decided we're going to rent a golf cart and drive around, and we took 2 of our friends with us.
And we rented the golf cart
ahead of time.
Before we went down.
Right. So we knew we had one. So we drove around. We did look at a lot of places. The hardest part of the whole thing was parking. And there is a trick too that the cart people told us is that in Key West. Well, let me back up. In some cities, you park and they have a number on the parking spot, and then you pay for parking for that number. While in Key West, there's no numbers. You just pay for like the area. So if you pay 3 hours for a spot, you can pay that at one spot, at one place, pay for 3 hours, but then you can park at different spots.
Yeah, I think we ended up, I forget if it was 3 or 4 hours, and it was like, I want to say $24, $30 parking fee.
Yeah. Which for a place like that, I guess, isn't bad. But the thing is, I swear half the time we were driving around just trying to find a place to park.
Yeah.
That parking was bad. And we weren't even at high season.
Yeah.
At the time that we went on this cruise. But we just still have fun. We
went to Hemingway's house, and that was
six-toed
beautiful.
kitties. Yes.
And I got to pet a lot of kitty cats, which
yes,
that was nice.
with 6 toes.
Yep. Not all of them had 6
No,
toes.
strangely enough, not all of them had 6 toes, but
a lot of them did.
Mm-hmm.
They were beautiful. The
Yeah.
place was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We also did mile marker 1,
0
for Route 1.
Route 1, yes.
You tried to see, what's that thing called? But there was construction, so we couldn't see it.
The southernmost point. It's not really the southernmost point, but they have this little buoy that's on land that says southernmost point. I guess that's the southernmost point for tourists. I guess that was actually under construction or reconstruction because a few months from when I'm taping this, they actually had a hurricane that tore out some of that dock, and so they had to shut that down for safety. So we never even got to even take a picture of the southernmost point, that little buoy on on land. But that's okay. That's just one thing we were able to do.
And there's few places on Key West that you can eat vegan.
Yes.
And we ended up going to a restaurant called The Cafe.
It was good.
Absolutely awesome.
Yes.
And then a little while later, we went to the Moondog, which we were going.
Yeah, go ahead. I think
We
you're
were
gonna say
going to have lunch there, but there was a huge line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we ended up at the cafe. But a few hours later, we went to the Moondog and we had vegan key lime pie. And that was fantastic.
It was. Actually, a friend of ours who was not vegan decided to get that, and she even said that was phenomenal. That was one of the best key lime pies she's ever had.
And another friend got something that was non-vegan and wasn't as happy with it.
Yeah, that was the funny part, yeah. From there, we got back on the ship, so we were able to eat supper there. Again, I think we went to the dining room again. Other friends that we got to know, I'm not going to say their names here, but very nice to meet you and your wife. And we met also, actually, viewers that I didn't realize there were actually people watching our stuff. so we actually did have some viewers.
There's one lady who said hello to me, and
Yeah.
I'd love to apologize to her because that was one of the last days of the trip.
Yeah, she was up against the wall,
I
yawning.
could not keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
Literally, maybe 10 minutes later, we were in the room, and I was fast asleep.
Yeah, she went to bed like that.
I didn't try to go to sleep. I tried to just stay awake, but didn't work.
Yeah, so she wasn't ignoring you. She wasn't trying to be rude, and you didn't come off that way. But
Oh, I was afraid I did.
yeah, but yeah, she was just exhausted. And then we had other people that we had just met as well, who are also viewers of ours, but also friends of the people that we went with. And I just don't want to use their names because I forgot to ask them if we could or not. So you guys know who you are, and of course everybody else that we met on the ship.
Thanks for watching, and we really enjoyed your company.
Yes, we did. We did very much. Did we do a show that day?
I think we saw the comedian with the fuchsia hair.
Oh yes. Yeah, she was.
I don't remember what her name was.
Yeah, Julie.
I was
something.
thinking Joanne, but
I think I'm pretty sure it was Julie.
I think it could be
Julie
right.
something. But anyhow, I kind of felt sorry for her because we did because usually there's like a 7 o'clock show and a 9 o'clock show or an 8 o'clock show and a 10 o'clock show, depending on where you're at, either in the main theater or the club. We did the late show that this comedian did, and there were some people in the audience that were
inebriated.
Okay, yes, they were inebriated, and they weren't heckling per se, but they were interrupting. So she did have to tell them, "I'm the headline. It's
it's my show.
But also, even though we were at the 9 o'clock show, it was still early enough that kids were still there.
Yeah.
And according to ship rules, she can only do her real show, which involves some
more risque language and
subject material.
Yes.
After 10, I think it was.
After 10
she
o'clock.
was allowed to leave at rep. It was 10:15, but that is way too late for me.
Yeah.
So
So we had to see the tame show.
I appreciated her. I think she has some talent, but as for getting some laughs, I don't know that I might have smiled a little bit, but I didn't really.
And you could tell she was holding back on her material.
Yeah,
you could tell.
I was hoping that she would leave it rip, and she did explain later that she wasn't allowed to.
Yes. Every day, at least in the concierge class that our group was in, you do get canapes, and in our case, we ask just for fruit every day, and they have some of the same fruit, but they throw in little extras every once in a while of different stuff. And the bottle of sparkling wine, you get one of those bottles per trip, but you do have to ask for it. It's not automatic in the concierge class. So that was day 2.
This is getting a little long, so we're going to leave that here for now. On the next episode, we're going to be talking about our next 2 days, days 3 and 4, which is going to Bimini and our first sea day. So come on back, take a look at those hints and tips in our review that happened to us those 2 days. You're really going to want to hear this as well. But until then, as always, have a great day.